change its culture on an ongoing basis, it won't be able to survive or thrive. And like all companies, we are actively evolving our future ways of working as we emerge from the global pandemic. Our culture evolves with our strategy. We enter new businesses and focus on serving our customers and enabling the growth and success of our associates. It is essential, in a period of great change, that leaders focus on listening, having empathy, and being open to what needs to change for the success of the business and the people that work for the organization. This book comes at a time when leaders across organizations are faced with evaluating ways of working, building culture in new ways, and combating the great reassessment that is happening with employees around the world. This book will serve as a guide for navigating a period of continued ambiguity, profound change, and cultural challenges. As leaders, ReCulturing discusses how you play an important role in defining and shaping the culture, living the values, and connecting the dots between purpose, culture, and strategy. You'll discover the significance of having a ReCulture mindset and learn the criteria of defining good behaviors, the core processes to which those behaviors need to be embedded, and the daily practices needed to reinforce and strengthen the culture. The book frames how our behaviors, processes, and practices are deeply connected and need to evolve with the organizational and global changes. There has never been a better time for us to rethink and redesign what work is and can be. Melissa helps us navigate the ReCulturing journey. Donna Morris. Introduction. Recharting the course of culture. Often, in order to stay alive, we have to unmake a living in order to get back to living the life we wanted for ourselves. It is this cycle of making, disintegration, and remaking that is the hallmark of meaningful and creative work. David White. I grew up sailing a 23-foot sloop named Timpani on Lake Mendota in Madison, Wisconsin. Every Saturday morning, docked at the Mazinet Marina, my dad taught me about the many parts of a sailboat. Once we were out on the water, he reminded me of the basics: wind direction, steering, and sail trim. On the boat, he said, everything is connected. If the wind shifts left or right, stronger or weaker, I needed to look at how to best respond with the tiller and the two sails. There was no pause button. These lessons on the power of interrelated parts became a helpful framework throughout my life. When done right, sailing appears to take no effort at all. The boats look so graceful, just add wind. Thanks to those weekends with my dad, I came to know firsthand the attentiveness required to make it all seem so easy. Timpani was itself an integrated set of parts designed to navigate within the larger system of wind, traffic, and current. Sailing her well meant embracing systems thinking. If Timpani heeled too much and things got uncomfortable, linear thinking might have given me the wrong reflex. Quickly trim the headsail, or even better, blame the situation on the inattentive crew, my sister. But thinking of the whole system forced me to consider how the parts were working together. Were my sister and I clear about our individual roles on the boat? Was our weight balanced appropriately? Was I trimming the sail enough or too much with the shifting wind? Even at that age, it was helpful to always be mindful of the total system, looking at all the parts separately and how they worked together, holistically. Beyond sailing, there is no greater evidence of the power of systems thinking than in the workplace. Though I didn't realize it at the time, I started this systems thinking approach early in my career when I worked for a training company. The company was focused on self-transformation, but I was disappointed in the gap between what was taught and how some of the leaders behaved. This cultural disconnect burned me out. The 80-hour weeks did not help. When I announced that I was leaving, I was surprised at the reaction. While key leaders reached out asking me to stay, there was a lack of organizational self-awareness of what culture meant in practice. They didn't have foosball tables, but somehow I got the sense that talking about values was enough for them. Actually living them was too idealistic. I left. In 1995, I was the first employee for an early firm working to professionalize executive coaching, Coach University. I became one of the first certified coaches with the International